for Indian Railways, and because I have many friends, you are of course the largest employer, so you should also have largest number of workers, largest number of doctors. So I would like to tell you, of course, when Dr. Sikdar and Dr. Deep are here, I did not talk about Indian Association of Occupational Health, but I would tell you something about International Occupational Health Association. And of course, I cannot go there unless I talk of Indian Association of Occupational Health. Indian Association of Occupational Health is a body which was formed in 1948, and it was formed in Jamshedpur, which at that time I think was a part of Bengal province. And it was formed by 3 doctors. Mostly they were associated with Tatas at that time. Tata Steel and others were still there. And it has grown. There is a national conference which is conducted every year. There are more than 3,000 members. We have about 20 chapters all over the country. And West Bengal chapter is a very important chapter. There was a national conference which was held in Kolkata many years ago. I have attended that.
97.
Yeah, 1997. Yes, absolutely. It was there. And after that somehow it went into hibernation. But now last few years I see again that the chapter has come out again with many activities, and we have Dr. Sikdar, Dr. Gupta and many others who have revived the organization and are doing many activities. In fact, it was very close to winning the prize this year for the best branch, and I am very sure you are going to get it very shortly. So that's about Indian Association for Occupational Health, and we are also on the consultative list of Indian Labour Ministry as well as World Health Organization. And now I want to talk about Indian International Commission on Occupational Health. Like we have Indian Association of Occupational Health, which is for our country. Globally, all over there is an International Commission on Occupational Health, and this again is a body which is more than 100 years old. In fact, it is 108 years old to be precise this year. It is an international network where we are in various occupational health professionals and safety professionals, clinicians, all those who are interested, like eye specialists, orthopedics, and all this. They have a very keen interest and interaction in occupational health. It is recognized by United Nations as an NGO, and it has working relationship with ILO, WHO, and various organizations. There are more than 2,000 members in 93 countries. There are 35 scientific committees, and India is having an increasing presence in this international organization. It enhances the knowledge of members in the field of occupational health. There are various scientific committees, there are various scientific task groups also, promoting and maintaining the highest standards of moral and professional commitment to the health and safety of workers and their families. There are triennial activities once in 3 years. Dr. Saha has attended some of the conferences. So you would know there are huge conferences wherein everything in occupational health gets discussed under one umbrella. And then there are also a website, icoweb.org, which you can go and see. There's plenty of material which is available, literature which is available, which will be useful to you. And this is just a list of the ICO officers. This is the geographical distribution. You will see that Asia, though we have the maximum number of workers or employees as well as medical fraternity, it's only 17% of the members who are there from Asia. And the membership is open to medical doctors, physicians, hygienists, nurses, epidemiologists, orthopedics, psychologists, psychiatrists, ergonomists, and all these people. There are various benefits of the membership. First of all, you become a part of an international network. You can become a part of the various scientific committees. You can get scientific publications. You also have reduced price when you attend the conferences. And the membership procedure is very simple. You log on, you go to their website, ICOWeb, and there is an online application form which you have to fill. And you have to give the names of 3 references. Now you can give my reference. You can give Dr. Saha's reference, and there are many other ICO members here. So you can very well give those references, then an invoice will come to you. And so this is the membership procedure. You have to complete the form and submit it with the names. They have our email addresses, so they will ask us for confirmation. So we endorse that, and then ICO will recognize you as a member, and then you have to make the payment, after which you become a member. The payment is, it is 330 Swiss francs for developed countries, but for developing countries like India, it is only 66 francs for 3 years. That means 22 francs per year. And whenever there are conferences, lot of people from developing countries, they get scholarships to attend the conference. They get airfare, they also get accommodation, the conference fees are waived from them. The only requirement is they should be presenting some scientific content in the conference. So I think this is a very good opportunity. And these are the conferences: Brazil, Milan, Cape Town, Cancun, Mexico, which was the last. The forthcoming conference in 2015 is in Seoul, Korea. Next is in Ireland. And in 2021, we would be trying to host it in India. And that's why we need more and more members of ICO from India. Now you have I believe Indian Railways has a scheme wherein you can become members of the associations, and you will get I think reimbursement of up to 90% of the fee that you pay. So I request you that you can choose some association, so please choose this international association. So you will have a lot of benefit from that. And these are the members which are available. You can give their references and you can become ICO members. These are just some of the people. And this is what we want to do somewhere in India. If you have any questions about ICO or IRH, we are here.
Thank you, Dr. Pingle, for nice elaboration of the occupational health. Thank you so much. I request Dr. Sikdar to deliver his concluding speech. Afterwards,